Okay guys, back at it again with another meaningless video. Just kidding, it's got meaning. Who knows if anybody will actually take meaning from it. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around, did it make a sound? If I make a video and nobody watches it, does it actually mean anything? Did I actually do it? I don't know, you tell me. So, anyways, this one is going to be about music. I was thinking about making a video basically called, why your music sucks, and I think I still could, but I don't know if I have developed my thoughts on that yet. But I think one that I have developed my thoughts on is the classical music of yesterday is, merging into traffic, video game music and movie soundtracks. The classical music of yesterday is video game music and movie soundtracks. I guess I just repeated myself there. I'm sorry I'm wasting your time. I'm sorry. So, anyways, I actually have an entire playlist of, I think at this point it's 19 and a half hours of video game music. Not even any movie movie soundtracks. Now, technically, I do actually have one. It's the version of Sephiroth's theme from Final Fantasy VII, but redone for the Advent Children movie. I never watched it, but my friend did, and he believes that is the best version of One Winged Angel. I believe that's the name of the song, or the track, I guess. Technically, a song has to have words. That song does have words. It's like in Latin or something. And actually, no, they just say Sephiroth. I'm thinking of the final boss theme of Final Fantasy VIII. Anyways, both songs, they both have words, so technically they're songs. Anyways, there are loads of great video game music soundtracks. There are tons of iconic ones that you may or may not know that you know. So, like, from the Mega Man, don't even remember which one it was. I never played it. It was one of the Mega Men not Mega Man, Bomberman on Nintendo 64. I think it's called Redial. If you look that up, Bomberman Redial, you will find a song that is played on a lot of videos on YouTube. It's a great piece of jungle music / drum and bass. That entire soundtrack is full of great drum and bass music. Now, maybe you don't like drum and bass. Maybe that's not your thing. Great. There are so many more soundtracks available. You have Final Fantasy VII, which has an amazing soundtrack all on its own, even from the 90s. I believe it was 97. Has a great soundtrack. It's not for everybody, though, because it's a little old, right? Well, that's why we have the Final Fantasy remake, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII remake and rebirth. Both, I have no idea how the games play. I've never played them. I've actually never played through all the way of Final Fantasy VII, the original, either. I want to. I don't have a whole lot of time. So, but there are both of those soundtracks that I have at least one from each of the remake and rebirth, and they both sound really great to me. Aerith's theme from Rebirth, I think it is amazing. An amazing song. An amazing piece. Not a song. That one does not have words. And I highly suggest you go and look at that, especially because probably everybody knows, just about everybody knows, what happens in Final Fantasy VII. So that it makes that piece hit so much harder, especially when you actually do pair it with the video game. I think it actually is very nice. But even then, video game soundtracks by themselves are great. They have, and I really should have been hitting on this earlier, they have a lot of technicality to them. A lot of them. Not all of it, but a lot of them. There's so many different composers, and some of them actually compose for different games. Like you have Shimomura, I think it's Yoko was the first name, for Final Fantasy 15, and also for Kingdom Hearts 2, I believe it is. And so it's very interesting to see the similarities between those two. I can't remember which Final Fantasy it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Kingdom Hearts 2. And there are different styles for any kind. There are different... It's so hard to describe what I'm trying to say, because basically what I'm saying is that there is a lot of really high quality, well done, technical tracks, technical pieces, that if you really examine them, you can find lots of intricacies. A lot of them are very, very complex. A lot of them are very upbeat and very, very cool. You know, like there's a lot of Pokemon music that I think is great. A lot of Final Fantasy battle music is amazing. Pump up music. The Bomberman soundtrack, another great one. But there are lots of really slow pieces. There's lots of really sad pieces, like, and I'm forgetting the name, Xanarkand. 2 Xanarkand from Final Fantasy X is one of the most iconic modern, orchestral pieces, really of the entire modern era. Like maybe you could say postmodern, because we're into video game music, but it is an extremely well done piece and very pleasing to listen to. And it's sort of like a classical style. I don't mean classical as in like the actual term classical. It's not before the Romantic period, which if you don't know what that means, that's okay. But in the terms of what everybody means when they say classical, it's in that more older style. And there's a game for every person, really. I mean, the Luigi's Mansion soundtrack, it basically almost the entire soundtrack is riffing off the same melody, and it's great. I have like 8 different tracks from that soundtrack that are essentially the same line, but done in different ways, in different atmospheres. It's done so well, but is so varied. Well, decently varied. That one's not extremely variable in how they mess with it, but you got a little chiptune version of it. You have like a harp version of the same melody. You have the scary hallway one where Luigi is whistling to it. You have the happy harpsichord version, which is Toad's theme. There's just so many different ways that they made it work, and it's great. You have Super Mario Sunshine. That one has a really great tropical theme to it. There are so many great relaxing themes. You have a tropical version of Mario's normal theme. Your Jumpman, Super Mario Bros. Theme. And then you have other ones that are sort of on the Super Mario Sunshine melody track. And there are a lot of great ones. There are some, not as great ones. Not everything is great to listen to. But I think if somebody really wants to find what is modern day classical music, that's where they should be looking for. You should be looking at video game soundtracks and movie soundtracks. I haven't even touched on movie soundtracks. Everything that Hans Zimmer does, at least as far as I know, is just gold. Just amazing. I mean, the Inception soundtrack, especially when you learn that Inception is about what it's like. Maybe it's not like what it's like to be God, but a taste of what we can assume, rather. The words are not with me. It's essentially attempting to recreate the perspective of God. As limited as we have it, it shows you a lot of it's honestly its own theodicy, because it kind of explains why God has to be mean in certain ways. It's great. But that soundtrack that goes with it, immaculate. It's just amazing. If you love organ, that will scratch every itch up until you say, okay, well, I want to hear it live. That's like the only thing it doesn't do, because I'm telling you, pipe organ, in real life, there's almost nothing that matches it. I can claim that because Bach is part of my sort of traditions. I don't know, canon. I say sort of because I include my tradition as more of mainline Protestantism, more so than just Presbyterianism. But there's a lot of movie soundtracks that I haven't listened to, and I'm probably not going to go deep into movie soundtracks. That's just not what I do. I know there is a lot of great music out there, but it's not quite, I don't know if it's quite as bite-sized oftentimes. And I do really like the video game soundtrack clips. Like, most of the time you'll find them, they're like either just the one playthrough of the song, or they'll usually do like two. Sometimes you can find them where they just give you 30 minutes straight of the same song. Don't know why people want to listen to 30 minutes straight of the exact same song, because usually these are like, 1 to 2 minute loops, and then after that you're hearing the exact same thing again. So, usually at best you hear it 10 times because it's like a 3-minute loop. But, different strokes, right? So, I think people should be giving video game soundtracks a try. I can give tons of recommendations, like literally 19 and a half hours of recommendations. I got over and I wasn't supposed to. Oh no. We're good. We're good, guys. Okay. That's pretty much it. So, start listening to your video game soundtracks. Tell me what your favorite video game soundtrack is in the comments if you're watching this. And if not, you want a suggestion, I will actually go ahead and give a few right now. All of them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kind of stalling for time right now because I can't think of any specific ones. I've named a few in this video. Final Fantasy VII is a good one. It's a little bit long. It kind of whines a little bit. Go ahead, person. Trying to wave somebody by. Final Fantasy VII and remake or Rebirth if you can't handle the PS1 music, but I think it's still very, very good. Very well made, especially because of the limitations. Final Fantasy VIII has some good stuff too. Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy XI I think does, but it's the MMO, so I just haven't really listened to it. 12 is okay, I guess. 15 has some good ones. 16 has some good ones. Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64. What else is there? There are so many. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Demon's Souls Remake has a lot of really good boss themes. I really like that one. So that's another great one. I'm running out of ones in my head, so you'll just have to comment and ask me if I have any more suggestions, and I will go through my list and look up some more that I have not said in this video. So, anyways, get to listening to your video game soundtracks right now. Right now, because it's better than rap and screamo. Stop listening to rap. Stop listening to screamo. Shame on you.